With millions of tons of Ukrainian grain stranded at seaports and cereals and fertilizer sitting in silos in Russia, Russian President Vladimir Putin said he will offer safe passage out of Ukrainian ports if Kyiv makes the routes safe.
I have already told all our colleagues many times, let them clear mines, and please let the ships loaded with grain leave the ports. We guarantee their peaceful passage into international waters without any problems.
Putin said in Ukrainian ports that Russia controls, the demining work is already finished, and he's ready to allow exports out. And he also offered an alternative to a sea route, using a pathway through Russia's ally, Belarus.
In a rare prime-time television address, President Joe Biden has called on Congress to ban assault weapons. From the White House, he said it was time to act following a string of high-profile mass shootings and appealed to Congress not to let the American people down.
As President Biden walked to the podium, 56 candles burned behind him, each representing victims of gun violence in all US states and territories. This comes after President Biden visited Uvalde in Texas and met the families of the school children and teachers murdered in their classroom. Previously, he had visited Buffalo in New York, where 10 people were shot dead last month in a supermarket. On Wednesday, 4 people were shot dead at a medical center in Oklahoma. Some swift action is happening. House Democrats have voted for a bill of tougher gun restrictions, which would take into account many of Mr. Biden's proposals. But Republicans are against this move. Some even brought their own guns to the meetings about the bill.
Moments ago, the suspect was taken into custody. Our Special Weapons and Tactics team continued their efforts to try and talk him out, de-escalate the situation, and talk him into surrendering peacefully. We eventually had to employ some of our other methods outside of negotiations, and he was taken into custody. He's being transported to a local hospital for injuries that appear to be self-inflicted, and he'll be treated there, and he'll be subsequently booked after that if he's cleared to be booked for the assault that occurred earlier today. A radio call came out here of an assault with a deadly weapon suspect armed with a knife here at the hospital. Officers' investigation revealed that there had been an assault inside of the hospital where 3 individuals that are employees of the hospital were injured as a result of that assault by the suspect.
Hong Kong police say any commemoration in the city of the Tiananmen Square massacre will be unlawful. Anyone judged as coming to protest in the famed Victoria Park or other locations risks breaking the law. That's the warning. Saturday marks the 33rd anniversary of Beijing's armed crackdown on pro-democracy protesters in the heart of the city in 1989. Many died, many more were injured. Hong Kong was for decades the only place in China where people would remember the victims of the tragedy. Candlelight vigils in Hong Kong's Victoria Park were the norm. But following the passage of Beijing's national security law in 2020, the vigils have been banned. Still, over the past 2 years, people have found a way to protest. Whether that will happen on Saturday remains to be seen.
Tonight, rescue teams in Colombia are in a race against time as they fight to save a dozen trapped miners who've been stuck in a coal mine since Monday. Horrifying images from the aftermath of the explosion that trapped the workers hundreds of feet underground. A deadly explosion took place in eastern Colombia on the border with Venezuela. The miners were nearly 900 feet underground when a buildup of gases caused the explosion, killing one person that was entering the tunnel at the time, according to local police. Noticias Telemundo reporting he died of injuries relating to the accident. 85% of his body was burned.
Heute gegen 12:19 Uhr kam es hier im Ortsbereich Garmisch-Partenkirchen, Landkreis Garmisch-Partenkirchen, zu einem schweren Zugunglück. Eine Regionalbahn, die in Garmisch-Partenkirchen losgefahren ist und Ziel München hatte, ist kurz nach dem Ortsrand Garmisch-Partenkirchen aus unbekannter Ursache entgleist. Mehrere Waggons sind umgekippt, sind eine Böschung hinuntergestürzt. Es kam zu zahlreichen Verletzten. Es sind vermutlich auch Tote zu beklagen.
A train driver died and 8 others were injured after a bullet train derailed Saturday in Rongjiang County, in China's Guizhou province. 2 carriages of the train D2809 from Guiyang to Guangzhou came off the tracks that were hit by mud and rockslide. The injured include 1 train attendant and 7 passengers. More than 130 other passengers have been evacuated. An investigation into the accident is underway.